I hated it. Goodbye. No, no. I decided to review Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. This is not something I normally watch. I'm not really a horror kind of guy. But I stumbled upon that they were making a sequel to the movie, and I thought, you know what? I'm in a good mood. Just for morbid curiosity's sake or whatever, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch as of now, the third movie. Because, like I said, they're coming out with a sequel, which, after seeing the third movie, I'm kind of excited for. I mean, I'm not over the moon for it, but I'm kind of excited for it. Um, okay, so I kind of knew what to expect, but also I didn't. It starts off. It starts off with a narration of Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin and all the friends. Rabbit, Owl, and Eel, and Piglet, and all of them. They they find each other. They get along. I mean, the movie. What's funny is right at the start, the movie says the movie acts like there's a sense of foreboding. It describes these creatures as what some would say abominations and stuff like that. And the narrator said, despite his better judgment, Christopher Robin becomes friends with him right away. He brings food to him, he talks to him, all stuff like that. But he had to go away to college. And I mean, they're probably not done in OE because I'm going to get to that in a second. But he had to eat for college. And apparently that source of food is going to be gone. So we don't see this. We just are told it. It'd have been pretty cool if we saw it, but we're just told it. We're told that because Christopher Robin has gone away to college, and I guess it's overseas or something. I don't think the movie ever does specify, but because Christopher Robin goes away to college, the animals don't have anything to eat. Just don't. They like, well, okay, I guess we'll die. They don't have anything to eat, which is so weird because I mean we don't see any other animals in this film as far as I know, but that I mean, I know it's a campy horror movie, and I shouldn't think too deep on it, but it's so weird because I mean the animals still get frog and bring them food, but there's plants, there's berries, there's everything else they can eat. I mean the the thing in the book and the animated movies is, well, Pooh loves honey. Pooh's a glutton for honey. But despite the title, there wasn't. Well, I think there was one thing with honey to justify the title, but despite the title, there wasn't really any honey in the movie. There was honey pots, but we didn't really see any honey, so I guess Pooh ate it all, maybe, I don't know. But because they, quote, didn't have any food, winter comes, and Pooh suggests, I mean, I think they all get together. I don't really remember, and I don't care to look it up either. But But Pooh suggests that, well, Pooh says they're gonna have to eat one of the friends, eat one of their own to survive, which seems a bit extreme, but okay. So they eat eel, and when they come down to his brain, turns out he did have depression. No, they don't. They don't show that. They don't. Yeah, they don't show any of this. It's just drawn in pictures, which is nice enough, I guess. It's different. It'd have been cool if we actually saw that progression in real time, but we didn't. But anyway, so they eat eel, and the friends all all say, "Hey, we've done a terrible thing. We reject our humanity. We'll never talk again." Which is an easy way to get out of hiring people and paying them more. But but they make this pact, and I mean, we have to assume that Pooh and Piglet ate all their friends, I guess, because we don't see anybody else. We only see the Chidya characters, Pooh and Piglet in this movie. So we get to the movie proper. Well, no, actually, that's not true. We still have a bit more of the prologue to go, I think. So Christopher Robin comes back with his maybe soon-to-be fiance. I don't know if he proposed yet, but he comes back, and it turns out he told his fiance Mary. And I mean, it's not surprising that he did. But it turned out he told his fiancée Mary all about Pooh and the gang and the adventures they used to have, and I would think of food and everything, and how cute they were and how great it was. And Mary doesn't really. I mean, she's out there with him. Because she's going to be a good wife someday, we can tell. But they think it's all just childish delusion that he has convinced himself was real. So he takes her to the 100-acre woods to find his friend and prove he's not crazy, in his words. So they've been walking for about 2 hours up to this point, and they don't see him. Well, I guess it takes that long to get to 100-acre woods. It's like a 2-hour hike from where they were, but. So they go out to see if they can find the friends, and they find them. And needless to say, Piglet chokes Mary out with a chain, and I mean, which is weird because. I mean, I don't blame him for doing this, the initial shock of it, but it is weird because he just chokes her with the chain, Piglet does, and at least from what I can see, Christopher Robin doesn't really do anything except scream at him to stop. And I'm like, bro, this mutant pig is just choking out your soon-to-be wife. I mean, do something. But eventually she passes out. We think we're yet to be dead, but we find out later on in the movie that she's not. So he chokes Mary out, and Christopher Robin meets Pooh. And he's begging with them. He's saying, please, remember this isn't you. Remember all the good times we had. I'm sorry I yapped you. I never would have yapped you if if I knew you would turn out like this. Just please stop. We can sort of go back to how it was before. Just please. And Pooh takes them, and with all these images, we yet to believe that they ate Christopher Robin. Which that's another problem with this movie I'll get to later. But, we yet to believe they ate Christopher Robin. Then we go into the main title card. And it says 5 years later. And and over the top of it, it had like more random killings, more disappearances by these hybrid animals in the 100-acre woods. I mean, don't go there. It's just all over the news, warning people about this. Even if you're not local to the area. But it's 5 years later. And we cut to a young woman in Sabi, and note to self between me and you, I think Sabi is a bit of a scam. I mean, it can work for some people, but generally, I think it's just a bit of a scam. Yeah, you're gonna give me so much money, like $80 to $100 to listen to your problems and to give you some advice you could maybe have gotten from her friends. Now I know it's more complex than that, but I'm gonna move away from that. But that's just something I thought at the beginning of the movie. Like, wow, Sabi is crock. But we got to this young woman in the therapist office, and at first, and for the longest time, until we meet her again, I thought this was Mary. I thought this was Christopher's fiance. And yeah, I think her name was Marie or something. I don't remember. I don't care to look it up either. But the therapist gives her advice. And she has some terrorists for whatever reason. When I thought it was Mary, it made a lot more sense. But she has these terrorists for whatever reason. And the therapist says, okay, why don't you get away? Why don't you get away? Why don't you go on a trip? That'll be $100. No, he didn't say that. It's just funny to imagine what he was thinking. So she goes on a trip. Now that's all good. That is all good. We sometimes we need a trip like that to unwind, but dude, she invites herself and a friend to go to a cabin in the middle of the 100-acre woods. This is a horror movie. I shouldn't dissect it so much, but why would you do that? I mean, like I say, even if you're not local to the area, you've got to know what's happening in there. Why would they do that? And yes, they've been living under a rock and theater. He didn't know what was happening, which is the rest of the movie sort of suggests that he didn't. He's getting terrors of Winnie the Pooh and other stuff for some reason. Or no, I don't think she gets terrors of Winnie the Pooh. She just is paranoid. Yes, she just the movie had it to be she was paranoid, I guess. I don't know why. But okay, so they go to the cabin in the middle of the Underlake Woods and they talk and I'm like, please, it's so boring. Just get to the killing or whatever your message is. Get to the animals, killing them. Get to them killing the animals. By all rights, I thought this movie was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be some empowerment movie about all these girls coming together and killing these animals and stuff. But I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't. I mean, come on, it's so boring. Just get to this reminds me of every generic whole scenario I've ever seen. Just do something. And it does. It cut to Winnie the Pooh. And, at first it looked like to me that Winnie the Pooh was just a man in a Mac. Like he was wearing a Mac, but the other thoughts make me look a lot better. So it cut to Winnie the Pooh. And he's over someone. It turned out to be Christopher Robin. We thought he was dead. I mean, like, yes, I love Christopher Robin. He didn't deserve all that happened to him. He didn't deserve to be kidnapped. All he did was eat for a little while. I mean, Pooh got serious abandonment issues. But like seriously, bro, this guy gave his entire life up to heckle to you. And all it takes is him even for college for you to revert to savagery and cannibalism. I mean, you're not a very good friend. But it cut to Christopher Robin. I mean, like, yes, it's finally doing someone that I could use, someone that I can tolerate. So it cut to Christopher Robin. He's begging, sorta, well, not really begging, I don't guess, in the traditional sense, just sorta talking to him and sorta saying, hey, please, let me go. I'm sorry that you had to resort to this. Which, I did like that Christopher Robin was taking blame on himself, I guess. But I also didn't because none of it was his fault. I mean, he couldn't have known, no rational person could have known anything like this was gonna happen. But, so, and at the end of the conversation, he's reminding Pooh, hey, remember all the fun we've had together? I'm sorry I left you, just you had me go. Pooh has him in captivity, by the way. He's kept him in captivity for 5 years, judging by that other title card we got. So at the end of the conversation, it looks like Christopher Robin has gone through a little to Pooh. We see in Pooh's mind that he still remembers. I mean, of course he remembers. He captured Christopher Robin. He didn't. This wasn't just some random man he captured. But we see into his mind, and he remembers all the fun Christopher Robin and him used to have. But he remembers a phrase at the end. He remembers a phrase that Christopher Robin, he's just 10 years old by this point, so kids say stuff. I'm so, he didn't intend for any of it to turn out like this. He remembers something Christopher Robin told him. Like, I'll always be here for you. I'll never leave you. And I just thought of that meme. Pooh thinks of that. And the meme beyond him says, and I took that personally. And and Pooh really did. But, so that scene ends, and we go back to the goals. I'm like, oh, do we have to spend more time with the goals? I mean, do we have to, and it sounds like I'm being overly harsh, overly critical. The actor did fine, but they were just boring. Like, they weren't anyone that we really knew, and they weren't anyone that we really cared about. So I'm like, can we just get past these? So, Pooh goes out, and, well, Third, before he goes out, he whips Christopher Robin, and like he whips him with his strand of hair. I don't know where he got it from. And I don't remember him, he must have got it before the movie, I don't know. But he whips Christopher Robin with his strand of hair, like Broody. I mean, he wouldn't think hair could hurt, but it like gives y'all guesses, y'all Christopher Robin's back, everything, and just, so, Christopher Robin suffering. And Pooh goes out to find one of the gold in a hot tub. And Pooh and Piglet, after a while, Pooh and Piglet come up behind us. He's taking selfies. I mean, he's gonna see Pooh in one of the thoughts, and it'll be good. That'll be fun indeed. But he takes like 3 or 4 selfies, gets out, turns on the light, figures out the eyes, and we don't see Pooh. But then she goes through her selfies, and she sees him in the background. I mean, not prominent, but just standing in the background. And a little while later, Pooh and Piglet come out from hiding, and Piglet, this is the funniest thing about Piglet uses chloroform on her to hold her nose and make her of her mouth and stuff and make her pass out and everything. And they pick her up. And they have a hog-tied. They have a hog-tied knot. And Pooh has a car. And Piglet has a sledgehammer. And I'm like, what's probably gonna happen is Piglet's gonna like bat the brain in with a sledgehammer or something. I don't think Pooh would run over her. What's the point of the sledgehammer? But lo and behold, Pooh runs over her, and not just over her, but Pooh runs over her head. Pooh runs over her head, and the eyeball pops out, and stuff like that. I don't know what the sledgehammer was for. I guess it was just to distract them, I don't know. But the other 2 goals, well, I mean, there's 3 goals, but 2 in this scenario. the other two goals come come back to the cabin. I guess they were swimming or talking or something like that. And they come back to the cabin, and one of the goals, I do not know their names. I do not care about their names, but one of the goals sees their fallen comrade, their fallen friend, and she sees the state. Stacy's in the state her head is in, and it's an emotional, I guess, an emotional reaction, but they go inside the house, and they act oh, did we call the peas? The killer maybe in the house. For some reason they do not end up calling the peas. I think they feel calling the peas anyway. For some reason they don't call them. But after a while, cat and mouse, one of the gold act, I have a gun! It's upstairs! And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. He's someone with sense. You have a gun, and so they go upstairs to the two goals, and they go upstairs and she finds the gun, and see that waiting, the like aiming him like, what are you waiting for? He's right there. Just shoot him. Shoot him between the rails. You're in a good position. He's right there. But she doesn't do it. She doesn't really do anything. Pooh walks out towards another goal. I think they're running away. Running away from them or whatever. I forget what their deal was. But they run away. They run away from them to try to be at the track then, and Pooh sees them, and Pooh uses he carries a chain around. I think it's around his neck. He's chained up. He was chained up or something. I don't know, but he carries a chain around, and the score is in a swimming pool, and he uses the chain to bath her. I thought it was to hook her, but I don't think it was. I don't know why. I guess they were trying to knock out or something. I don't know, but I'm sorry I keep saying that, but he gets in the water. He uses step to get in the water, and he has a sledgehammer, and he starts swinging at her and stuff, and eventually he hits it out of the park. He bashes the side of her face in. I mean, so she's as good as dead. She's literally dead. She's deader than Jacob Marley. But there's another goal who's been kind of subdued with fear, upside. She's laying on the surface, and they pick up and they carry her back to their net, back to the hiding place, the place where they eat, the place where they torture, whatever you want to say. So the other goals were this. Oh my goodness, he's taken so and so. I really care about them. So let's go get so and so. So they go get her. Well, they try to go get her anyway, and we got back to the thought of the school in almost like a fishing net type structure. It's not a fishing net. It's like it's like a metal containment thing with all the chains and stuff. I don't know the technical term, but we find we we get a scene with her, and Pooh was just over her like drawing and just I mean he reaches out and he takes the yak. I guess he's yicking her. I guess he's taking a fierce or something, taking a beard or something. So so we get that, and but Pooh doesn't do anything. He hears something. We don't know what he hears. I mean, by all accounts, he just goes away so we won't kill this woman. Um, so we goes away for a while. Then we catch up with the other two friends. The other two friends come to find this skull, and they act, oh, we're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna do all this, and they I forget I guess they just walk toward it. That's how it happened. They get this skull out, and this skull can walk in their own power, and they all can still walk in their own power and everything. They go inside a den type thing, I guess you would call it, either apartment, either torture chamber that that Pooh has catch Robin in, and they see him, and at first the other two go like, oh no, what are you doing? What are you doing? We can't help him. They don't say it in so many words, but you could tell. And the woman's like, no, we have to. And the way she was looking at him, I thought, oh, this is going to be the reunion. And then the following, I'm like, oh, this isn't Mary, like I thought. Then who is this girl? But they get him down. They get him down off this. He's like chained. He's like chained up like this, and they get him down. And and they hear some other girl saying, "Help!" And Christopher Robin, they're like, "Okay, oh no, go help her, I'll be fine. I can walk." I'm like, this dude just the best. So they go to help this girl. Well, quote help, and we find out that this is actually Mary, and apparently Piggy's been torturing her, Pooh has been torturing her. I guess 'cause he took it to Robin. I guess 'cause Pooh feels, yeah, 'cause he took it to Robin away from him, and then later in the winter months they'll eat her. I don't know, but they torture her. Well, Piggy tortures her more by the sound of it. Because Pooh feels that she took it Robin away from him. Like, sees the reason he yipped. Sees the reason he his mind is too far gone by this point. So they approach his goal and they chain up. Well, supposed to be he's chained up. I thought he was, but based on the next scene, I sort of doubt it. So she's supposed to be chained up. And they come to the school and they ask, what happened to you? What did they do? You spoken to them? And I mean, like, morons. Get her out. Don't just soothe the breeze. Get her, get her out. Try to save her. And eventually they do. And they get her down real easy, too. Which makes me think she wasn't chained. Or maybe she was chained and maybe we just had to get to the end of the movie. So they get her down and she finds the mirror. And she looks at her face and she screams in terror. And I'm like, did I miss something? Did they take you? I mean, they tortured you. Your face looks bad. Did they take your ears or something? Did I miss something? Why such a visceral reaction now? But she does see herself. I guess it's the first time seeing herself. Just figured like that. It would make some sort of sense. So she goes to the gun that one of the girls had brought along. I mean, smart thinking by her. I didn't even remember that. So she goes to the gun and she's like, Pighead, where are you? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna make you pay for everything that you've done. And eventually she does find Pighead and they stare off for a minute. Her airing out, Mary airing out her grievances and stuff with him, and she suits. Well, she doesn't suit him. I forget where it goes, but oh no, I think what happened is she suits the gun, and because she can't really see very well, she shoots the gun, and Pighead comes after because they were just firing in a random direction. So she shoots the gun, and she finds Pighead, and she goes to shoot again, but the gun is out of ammo. I mean, why? You cannot be this stupid. Why would you only put one bullet inside a pistol with two psychopaths chasing you? I mean, I'm not a gun expert, but even I know you need more than one bullet. So that was a little strange. But she goes to try to fire again before she realizes, oh, I'm out of ammo. I'm trapped here. Then she backs into Pooh. And he does a it's funny because it looks like he does a seatbelt on her, like a nerve pinch. Because I don't know what he does. But then we watch her get eaten by Pighead. And the other three just watch from behind the crate or something. They just watch. I mean, why don't you try to protect her? She's the only one that was actually trying to do something. Why do you just watch, you gutless cowards? But they watch. And one of the girls finds a sledgehammer, and she captures Pighead. She knocks Pighead out, I guess. She captures him, she chains him up, she tortures him a little bit. She gives him sledgehammer sauce. She's taunting him a little bit. And Pighead officially dies. I mean, Pighead dies. He breaks his neck with the sledgehammer. So Pighead's officially dead. That's important to remember for later on. The rest of the gold, are running. And this is interesting too, because Pooh chasing these two goals, but then he looks up. Like he knows, oh no, Pig is in trouble, like some sort of animal telepathy or something. He knows and Pig is in trouble. So I thought that was kind of cool. But after she kills Piglet, like, now turn around, don't turn your back, turn around, keep your guard up. But after she kills Piglet, Pooh grabs her Pooh comes up behind her and grabs her by the neck and plunges a knife below her tongue. So he plants in the wood right there. He holds up on the wood with the dagger plunge holding up. So that was something, I guess. I expected one of them to. Well, no, I take that back. I didn't expect either of them to die. But Pickett did, at least for now. They may do something in the second movie with that. But for now he's dead. Pooh doesn't unchain him. Anything that we see. For now he's just dead. So these girls run into this group of men, run into this group of gentlemen, and they say, "Oh, help! Mad bear thing is chasing us." They don't say it as funny as that, but I didn't know how else to describe it. And at first the guys don't believe them, but that doesn't act young, because they get in the car, we'll take care of this. So they get the sledgehammer. One guy has a sledgehammer. That's very important to know. So they get the sledgehammer, the crowbar, the baseball bat, and one guy has something else. I forget what he has, but they get all these weapons. They get all these soft, damaging weapons. And remember, we just saw Piggy die. So Pooh's in trouble. He gets his weapon. They end up trying to talk, which I don't know why you would do that. Just kill him. But they end up trying to talk to the bear, trying to taunt him, I don't think that they think it's a real bear. I think they think it's just some predator behind a mask or something. So they ask them questions like, "Oh, you playing around with your gold? What did you do to them? You better talk, we'll kill you." And so the action starts. The guy with the crowbar goes at Pooh's head, knocks his head. And it had zero effect. And hit him with the sledgehammer. That's what killed Piggy. That's what did massive damage. To Piggy. Hit him with the sledgehammer. So the guy with the crowbar, "Okay, you're tough, I'll give you that, but what'll happen when we all attack at once?" "Well, nothing." They attack him at once with a sledgehammer, a crowbar, a baseball bat, and something else. They attack him all at once with those, and it has zero effect. It's Pooh's Michael Myers. Pooh's invincible now, which, you remember, doesn't make any sense, because we just saw Pickett be bludgeoned with the sledgehammer. That same sledgehammer was the same Wade and half die, I believe. We just saw Pickett bludgeoned with a sledgehammer and then have his neck snapped. But Pooh's somehow invincible. And so he killed all these guys. He raises a paw. I guess because he's a bear, he raises a paw and gets the other guy in the chest. And I guess he stops his heart or something. I maybe go through a chest, I don't know. But he killed all these guys one by one. And I'm like, no, why would you? I mean, it's different, I guess. But why would you establish something, then take it back? Not a minute later. So he kills them all. And he approaches these goals. He drags one of these goals out. He snaps the head off. I mean, literally. He just holds up a severed head. He might have done it with the knife, but I don't think he still had it on him. I don't know, though he may have. But he holds up a dismembered head. And he throws that at the car behind him, and they try to run over him, but he doesn't really mind. I mean, he kind of just shrugged it off. They sort of run into something and then they get knocked out, I guess. The airbag did deployed and stuff. Then Pooh comes back for the yacht goal. He gets her and holds her to the car's headlight. I mean, is he gonna burn her or something? Because I figured those would be really hard. But no, he just told her for the final strike of his cleaver. Then who's gonna emerge but Christopher Robin? Christopher Robin has somewhat gotten over the sentimental value that he saw in Pooh after he saw him murder all those people. Though I guess it kind of makes sense. But he had dreams and obscenity and everything, and he rammed them with his car, and he helped the woman up, and he says, "Oh, it's okay, it's over," but Pooh yips, Pooh's alive, and I'm like, what does it take to kill this? I hope this Winnie the Pooh franchise doesn't become like the next Halloween franchise, because they're building a Pooh to act Michael Myers levels. But Pooh yipped. And he gets his woman, and Christopher Robin pees again. He pees. Okay, I'll be with you. I'll come with you. Just let her go. I'm the one you want. Just let her go. Just let her go. I'm the one you want. It can be like it was before. But Pooh's not having any of it. So he just slices her neck, presumably. I forget the very end. Well, no, I didn't. The very end of the movie end with Pooh just staring at Christopher Robin, and then the movie just ends. So I don't know what happened with them. I don't know if Pooh took Christopher Robin back. If Pooh killed Christopher Robin. I don't know about all that, but according to the sequel, which I I haven't read too much on it, but Christopher Robin is haunted by Winnie the Pooh and everything, so supposedly he does get free. Um, this movie was fine. I mean, it was incredibly stupid at points, but it was fine. I mean, like I say, Christopher Robin yeah, gave up most of his life to visit you, to appear with you, and all it took was 4 years. 4 years away in college for you to revert to savagery. You're not a good example anymore. But yeah, Pooh is into the public domain, and this was edgy for the sake of being edgy, which I knew it would be. I didn't go into this expecting some epic overarching plot or anything, but it was, for what I saw, it was fine. I mean, Mary and Christopher Robin were the only two people I cared about, and Mary died, and Christopher Robin supposed to be still gonna be haunted by the memories. I mean, he never even got to say goodbye to Mary. I mean, they were kept in virtually the same space, and Christopher Robin never actually got to say goodbye to Mary. They never got to interact with each other. Well, I shouldn't say never, because I don't know. But I wouldn't think they got to interact with each other. But anyway, yeah, this was kind of an impromptu review. I'm not really a reviewer type guy. I'm a panther first and foremost. But I decided, I've got some stuff to say about this movie. So I'm gonna talk about it. But guys, whoever stayed with me, I appreciate you staying with me for almost an hour, listening to my rambling, and if you care to do so, let me know what you thought. And I'm kind of excited for the sequel. I expect more of the same, but I'm kind of excited for the sequel. Guys, have a good night, and I'll see you when I see you next.